Hi guys. All right, so welcome back. This is going to be today's topic for the 25th of July, and this is the series of videos that I put out every night at midnight. And in this series, if you wish to enter to win a free read with me, you can do so just by writing the word compassion in the comment section. That lets me know you want to be entered to win. Make sure that you're subscribed to the channel and give this video a thumbs up, and then I choose one subscriber each week to get a free read, and I always do it publicly at the end of one of these videos. All right, so we start out with the 5 of coins. So the message here is somebody could be struggling, or they're feeling like they've lost out on something. They're feeling like they need to reach out for help to someone. Let's see. This could be somebody re-strategizing what they need to do. Wow, we got an Empress in the reverse. This could be somebody who's feeling not strong enough, not like they have the power. This could be a Libra or Taurus who's feeling like, you know what, I could really use a little bit of a leg up here, you know. And this could be somebody who is actively saying, I've hit a bump in the road. Knight of Swords. This was unexpected. This could be somebody who came upon a mountain all of a sudden. Maybe it's when something comes up unexpected, we can't really plan for it, right? But we can go ahead and say, all right, there is going to be a way through it. And I say that because we actually have sorry, there's like bugs all over my office right now. We've got this trophy with a light bulb in it. And you notice this trophy is not at the top of the mountain. This trophy is right here in like smack dab halfway up the mountain. Our character is not, it's not about, you know, whether or not their life is always smooth, because nobody's life is going to be smooth, right? We're all going to hit bumps in the road where we are at a total disadvantage. It comes out of nowhere. We're broken down by the side of the road. We don't have enough money for a tow truck. We're on our way to work. We're barely making ends meet. Like, everybody has a moment in life where it's just like, oh my God, you've got to be kidding me. How can I have another disruption when I already was like hanging on by a thread? But here's the thing. This says that even those things that come out of nowhere that seem like an insurmountable mountain, not only will we get through them, but there's a reason for that mountain. We are going to find a moment of heroic energy within us. The fortitude is going to make us stronger. It's like resistance training for an athlete here. But there's the grace in being able to see the mountain and say, okay, I'm going to need to, maybe I need to reach out to somebody for help. That alone is like an amazing, like, light bulb moment where somebody goes, okay, I get it now. I'm not supposed to always go it alone. I'm supposed to reach out to someone and let them know what my circumstances are. That can be, those humbling moments in life can be the ones that define us the most and make the greatest impact. Everybody is going to get knocked down sometimes. Everybody is going to have a moment where, I don't care how successful somebody is. I don't care how great, you know, somebody has been flying so high. Anybody can have the bottom drop out of their business, of their, you know, bank account, of their relationship, and they can hit a really low spot. And it's all about how we carry on anyway, and what we do in that moment. And I think it's really great that this character is able to say, I need some help. There, I said it. That's so courageous to be able to say that. With the Knight of Wands in the reverse and the 6 of Coins upright, you notice how this is one of those messages that says, I think our character is going to have a pretty swift resolution to whatever huge bump they hit in the road. This could be somebody who's like, oh my gosh, I am like, something just happened. My business is struggling. It's something about my life is not going well all of a sudden. I mean, heaven forbid, this could be somebody who's saying, you know, my partner has just walked out of the relationship with me, and I don't really know where I'm going to live or how I'm going to pay rent. I mean, this is all so sudden. And it's like reaching out to someone, not impulsively, but rather just with like this light bulb moment that, okay, wait a second, I do have resources. I have the resources of the kindness of the people that are nearest and dearest to me. I have friends, I have colleagues, I have people that I could, like maybe the first thing is I just need to figure out how to pick up my kiddo from school. Right now, I just had a breakup, and on top of it, my car is broken, and I got to reach out to a friend and say, can you possibly pick up my kiddo? And it's like, the friend is like, heck yeah. Not only that, but wait a minute, I'm looking for a place to stay. I could move in and pay rent for a while, or you can come live with me for a while. Like, there's a network of support system that exists for every person. But the trick is being able to identify when we need to reach out to it, And this is saying that our character, this is not whimsical. This is actually going to be something that it's like this is happening for a reason, because it's going to be, even though it may not seem like a good thing at first, it's going to allow our lead character to strengthen bonds with maybe a really important soul group, or they wind up for a difficult thing that happens in one person's life. It turns out to be really good and has like excellent repercussions. Like, let's use this as example. Say our character, an Empress in the reverse could be someone who had it all, and then the next day they don't. This could be somebody who's going through a sudden divorce or something, and now, oh my God, where am I going to live? I need to get back into the workforce. I still have young kids. This could be masculine or feminine, doesn't matter. But the bottom line is they got to figure out a solution pretty swiftly. And the solution could be, maybe they do wind up living with a grandparent now. Well, it turns out that grandparent needed people around them too. So it's a two-way street. Like, I need a place to stay, and it turns out that grandparent needed support. They love, having the grandkids around. They love having that warmth. It works out good for an entire family. Now everybody else in the family knows grandma or grandpa has like basically a live-in caretaker. Meanwhile, that other family member has a safe and secure and rent-free place to live. And guess what? Everybody benefits, and the entire, like, everyone wins in this situation. There is a wonderful trade-off, and this may not be something that's only for like a short duration of time, but rather it's building bonds and creating stability for everyone that actually increases and gets stronger, and it just clicks for everybody. So out of a bad situation, we could have an amazing solution that leads to an unlikely but amazing fostering of really good feels, really good vibes, and really strong relationship bonds. And it all begins with what seems to be a major upheaval for this Empress. And this Empress has to reach out for help. But here's the kicker. That, remember, an Empress has a lot to give. They have a lot to offer. This Empress is going to, even though she seems to be having a really rough day, her reaching out to someone or her problem solving turns out that she is actually able to, here we think she's the one who needs help, and it turns out she's the one who gives support and strength to not one person, but many. And it's a really interesting twist of how one thing that goes belly up could actually end up being so positive for everybody involved. World card. This was all change that needed to happen. Whatever this, let me ask, what was the Empress in the reverse? What was that? What is that upset? What is that thing that suddenly, turns into like a problem? Well, it was a Four of Wands. So it could be that someone has a relationship that they thought was supposed to be really stable, and it disappears. It could be a job. A Four of Wands lifestyle. It doesn't have to be about like a relationship or a wedding. It could be a business. It's a balance of one's life, and all of a sudden the balance is thrown out of whack. This doesn't have to be an ending relationship specifically, because that Four of Wands is actually still the upright. This could be like my partner unexpectedly has to get shipped out. Maybe they're military or something, or all of a sudden we're going to have to live in separate places. Oh my gosh, what are we going to do? Or one of us has lost our job. What are we going to do? This doesn't have to be like the biggest, like, oh my gosh, there's betrayal and heartbreak. No. This is just like a problem arises that at first seems like, oh, now what am I going to do? And it turns out it's exactly what was supposed to happen, because more people are going to end up benefiting from this. Like, everyone comes out ahead because something needed to change. This was a necessary upheaval. I'm surprised we don't have the Tower here. We still see a feminine here in a wedding dress. This could even be somebody who's planning on a wedding, And then it's like, oh my God, we have to scratch all those plans. The venue's not going to be there. Something catastrophic has happened. Our wedding is maybe now not going to happen. And instead, it's like, no, actually, it's going to happen, but it's going to happen at a family member's house now. And it's going to be like the greatest event possible. It's going to be like way more friends and family are able to attend. It works out better for everyone, or a whole group of people come together and they help still make this happen. And it creates like a much more amazing experience and a better bond with like all individuals involved. There's some kind of like upheaval that was supposed to happen because it sets the tone for the rest of the storyline, where it's like sometimes we forge the best bonds during times of struggle and strife. People like to be able to offer that helping hand in a moment of catastrophe, and in return, like there can be those bonds where it's like, man, I'll never forget that you did that. I'll never forget you for that, you know. And it's just like this wonderful reciprocated, like everybody wins. This is so sweet. This is so strong. This is so nice. And this all needed to happen because that world card says we needed to change the dynamics. Queen of Coins. Okay. I gotta say, I don't know what this pertains to other than stable bonds. Yes, but there's money. There's a turn of really good fortune, really good finances. This could be a whole amazing ripple effect of one thing that went wrong that then got resolved, and everybody is a part of the resolution, and that changes the dynamics because people have had an opportunity to like create those bonds, create trust with each other, and in turn this could have far-reaching implications where we now have people going into business together. We now have like maybe this Empress has lost their job, they move in with a family member, family comes together, or an entire family comes together for a couple so that they can still make it. And then in turn, some business plan comes out of that, and a group of people wind up working together, all because one person had a great idea that they couldn't have done without the assistance of all these other individuals that they needed to form bonds with. And they couldn't have formed those bonds if they hadn't first had some big old bump in the road. So I gotta say, this storyline, I know it's not super specific other than it does start out with something to do with resources that are not available anymore. And for a moment, it's like, oh my God, all hope is lost. And instead, it turns out this is exactly what was supposed to happen. This has way better implications for every character involved. Way more long-term success and happiness and loving bonds are formed, and it translates into financial success for everyone involved as well. So I guess the moral of this story is when we first see something, we go, oh my God, this is a disaster. That's not always true. A disaster, especially with this card, that mountain, that obstacle is actually giving us the opportunity to really succeed, which is an interesting thing to think that the mountain itself, the obstacle, is the catalyst for so much positive opportunity to come out of this. So really nice, really strong message on that. Definitely, be a creative problem solver and reach out, especially if something seems catastrophic. Reach out for the assistance of others, other great minds, other people in a family group or something, or friendship group, because the solution could impact everyone in such a positive way. So anyway, guys, I'm going to leave that one there. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. If you do enjoy the channel, please give it a thumbs up. Please do subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye for now.